been. I'd have to be some kind of natural fool to wanna pass that way again. You know that I feel it. Our country road. Sail on home to Jesus, won't you make us honest? Yeah, you're singing good. You're singing good. You got it going. Good evening, good people. Good evening, good people of the world. Happy Monday. Hope you had a good weekend. Do me a favor, share the live. Dr. J shared the live. Y'all got an early start. We did. We were 2 minutes early. Listen, Dr. J, be like Dr. J. Share the live. Share the live. You're like, but Kyle, who do I share the live with? You share it with people that would not want to hear about AI. Oh, I would never send it to Jenny. Send it to Jenny. Freedom came my way that night, just like a jet plane, in and out of sight. I was hauling ass at 1,000,000 miles an hour, wondering how hard I'd hit. When they came into the station, they said I was bad beyond repairs, but I got no qualms with my situation. See, here I am. So, say, Cherie, 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 won't you dare to say, Cherie, 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 won't you dare to say, Cherie, Cherie, Cherie. Yeah. Leave a message and your number, please. Take your time to want to satisfy me. Take all these old fantasies and send them care of me. All right, good people. Play Shine On by the Kooks. If I knew more than 7 songs, I absolutely would. All right, we only have 21 people in here. TikTok does not like us tonight. Let's try to get some more folks in here. Yeah, the tappy taps, maybe those will help. Maybe if we got a different spokes model, that would help. People are flicking along like, nope, 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 just nope, 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 nope. Is that Alec Baldwin? He got fat. Oh, no, that's disappointing. We got lots of good stuff to talk about tonight. Somebody floated another rumor that OpenAI was going to launch something this week. I stopped holding my breath for OpenAI about a month ago. Either they're playing four-dimensional chess, or they're struggling to release things. Although they did, it seems like they did release an updated DALL-E 3. The notification did not go off. Oh, now there's 40 people in here. What was the notification? Whose knitting image is that? I forget whose knitting image that is. Oh, that I was live? It didn't go off that I was live? Well, TikTok are assholes. You know, you go live 7 nights a week for a year, and then you maintain that 5 nights a week for however long it's been, and TikTok's like, yeah, whatever. Go fuck yourself. Whatever. I need to be a young, voluptuous Instagram vixen, don't I? I need boobies and beach scenes. You and I get all alone. Sunday morning, here at home. Sky's blue and the coffee's strong. It's true. You can have mine. I'm sick of them. All right, yeah, ship them over. Ship me the bikinis. I'll start going full mankini. We'll go mankini. We'll do virtual beach backgrounds, and I'll just talk about how I'm manifesting abundance. We'll get this puppy up to thousands. We'll have thousands in here, and they'll come for the eye candy, and they'll stay for the AI education. It's gonna be awesome. He doesn't look like an influencer, and I don't think I can unsee what he's wearing. I should leave, but I can't look away. That's funny. My brain hurts, I think. I had an epiphany on LLMs today. Do tell, Ion China. What was your epiphany? I've had a couple recently as well, so I'm curious to hear what yours are. Joey, no on the mankinis. What? I don't know. I feel like, I feel so not objectified. You know what it is? I feel like you respect me for my brain, and I just want to be, influencer meat. Maybe if you sold something, Kyle. Yeah, no shit. Have you tried the new, what's the new 3D printer? The new Bamboo Labs 3D printer? It's my favorite 3D printer of all time. I'll tell you what, hey, I just got in my new shipment of Madagascar vanilla. We buy it by the pound. Yeah, I know, I'm not selling enough. You can call in. All right, yeah, hop on, Ion China. Is there an AI to sketch out my product ideas, or do I have to forfeit my copyright if I spill all the beans? That's a bigger, interesting question. Like, you're not giving up your. It's just OpenAI may use your. Wait, Ian China, are you here? Yeah, he's here. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, you may just they may use your stuff for training, but they're not actively going through people's shit and mining it for ideas. What's happening? What's
Hey,
your
so I
LLM
was doing my walk
epiphany?
today. Hey, so I don't know if it's really an epiphany, but for me it is anyway. So I was doing my walk today and I was thinking about LLMs, and it occurred to me that everything that I've been sort of trying to understand about them has been rooted in natural language, and how the statistical probabilities of the way the LLM works in terms of predicting the next word and the next group of letters and the next words and phrases and everything like that. It's all centered around language, but and the way it keeps vectors of numbers that really are abstract representations of those predicted next words and so on and so forth. And then I thought about, what if you don't store natural language in the LLM? What if you store data that represents some motion or some aspect of reality? For example, the three body problem, which is very known, difficult problem to try to predict the motions of three bodies gravitationally acting on each other. How you could store that data in a huge, I mean, much bigger than the biggest LLM now, to help predict where the motions were going to be. But that's just one example. The other example is like an autonomous driving car, like a Tesla. How they threw out their old code and they moved
Yeah.
towards an LLM, and they're basically training the LLM on the presentation of what's coming down the street and so on. And then I got into the thought of, what else can you take that's abstract data, not natural language, and build a neural net, an LLM from it, to predict and tell you about something that's going to happen in nature next, whatever that something is.
Well, that's a lot of what's fascinating about the transformer model is when you embed stuff, when you create that vector space, like words are just one kind of data. So how we're getting, all these different kind of models that understand language and understand protein foldings and things like that is they're basically just throwing different data sets exactly how you're describing it at the transformer. So it's not just large language models, it's large all sorts of different kinds of models.
Right,
That's how
right.
the music stuff's created. So yeah, that's it's something I've been thinking about a lot is what are the data sets that data geeks aren't super excited about that are really obscure and valuable that no one's even thrown at these things yet, right? There's a bunch of stuff that people are going to be creating these models around that we can't even imagine right now. So yeah, it's huge. It's huge.
And
That's the thing is the transformer approach. This approach of creating this vector space and being able to sort of reach into it, no matter what it's trained on. That's how they're doing all these when they're reading people's brain scans
right,
of
right.
images they saw. That's how they're doing it. They're just training it on different data, not on words. So that's exactly what
Amazing,
happened.
amazing. That's why it kills me when I hear these AGI, you know, um, uh, holier than thou types talk about, oh, Gen
The
AI
plateau.
is an off ramp. It's an off ramp. I feel like we haven't even scraped the goddamn surface yet of this stuff.
Nope.
And the other example that I was just reading about yesterday is, there's a fight between rare earth metals in the world going on right now, and some of these rare earth metals are extremely strategically important. So now they're using Gen AI LLMs to help predict where to find things like lithium and rubidium and palladium. Basically, they're training a data model on other minerals that exist in other places, and they're
Hmm.
trying to teach it where to find these rare earth metals based on what else is in the topography, which is just exactly what I'm talking about. It's
Yeah.
creating an LLM from data, not from language.
Yep. 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 And there's lots of stuff out there, and a lot of the old school AI, like that's a lot of what they were doing. It's just the transformer model lets you do it at massive scale,
Right.
and it can be on anything. Yeah. So that's coming. My epiphany around large language models. I talked about it a little bit on here. I think you've been on when I've talked about it, but what's really hit me, I've tried to figure out a way to articulate this idea that when you interact with ChatGPT, they call it a chatbot, but it doesn't feel very bot like. It feels more human. but we call it artificial intelligence and we call it AI bots and things like that. But I saw a tweet of this, and the tweet was AI is the collective intelligence of humanity. And what hit me is why ChatGPT and other LLMs feel so human is because you're not interacting with the mechanism. The mechanism is a calculator, but what it was trained on is like the output of humanity, right?
Right.
And
Yeah, the
and so
corpus. The
yeah,
corpus
so
of
what you're actually interacting with is humanity, like the collective
yes. Yeah.
intelligence of everyone that came before us. And that to me was like, holy shit, that's why being good with language and being good with people, like Ethan Malik put this out today, that those people that are better with people are better at generative AI because you're essentially interacting with like the ghosts of people. It's bizarre, but it makes
Absolutely.
perfect sense. Like that phrase to me, collective intelligence, that's it. That's what this stuff's all about.
Awesome. Thanks so much,
Yeah.
Kyle. I'm going to let
Hey,
you get
man.
back. Thank
Yeah,
you so
pleasure.
much.
Pleasure having you up here. It's great.
Appreciate it.
Cheers. All right. So, yeah, let me turn on my dually camera again. So, bunch of things. If you're new here, welcome. My name's Kyle Shannon. This is the AI Learning Lab. You know what we do here? We talk about trips to Barbados and manifesting our abundance. Let me go get my bikini. God, I love it here. Does that make me a nerd? Yes. Yes, that makes you. I'll tell you, this channel is just, we're going to take it to the next level as soon as I get twerking lessons. I just got to find myself like a 20 something twerking influencer. And then I'll be like, we'll put on that song of like those Irish kids, you know, something, na, 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 I doubt it. I doubt, and then I'll do the dance. And then I'll start wearing mankinis by the pool. Like it's going to be, we're going to hook that shit up. The guy from OpenAI said that they aren't just stringing words together anymore. Yeah, I know. And Jeffrey Hinton said that as well. Jeffrey Hinton's been on a couple of new interviews lately. He's the godfather of AI. And he's saying that the models used to predict the next word or next token, but they're now actually understanding the concepts. So there's definitely a shift in the. Jeffrey Hinton was also saying we don't understand how they work, but we know that they're starting to understand things. I asked ChatGPT, give me the summary of collective intelligence of all of humanity into categories. Oh, fascinating. And what did it say? That's awesome. That's awesome. Like, what are the categories of all of collective intelligence? There's food. there's food. There's shelter. Kavruno, I have an abundance now in my bikini. I need Ozempic. Yeah, no shit. Actually, you know what? If if I really wanted to make money, I'd get on the Ozempic influencers program, get some commissions and lose some of this middle-aged man fat. Hinton said they gave them the algorithm and they didn't understand anything after that. Yeah, I know. I know. It's fucking bonkers. Well, and the thing, there's a couple of things. What I want to talk about tonight, what I want to show is some of the new stuff that came out from Runway ML. They just announced their Gen 3 model, and it looks like the shit I've seen from Runway Gen 3, to me, looks better than Sora. Like Sora, while it was really cool, it still had glitchy like physics weirdness to it. The stuff from Runway Gen 3, which is apparently going to be here in days, not fucking weeks or months or years like Sora. And then we have Luma Labs, and I learned something about Luma Labs that's absolutely fucking mind blowing. And then DeepMind today. So DeepMind, if you don't know them, they're the AI arm of Google. I heard an interesting thing that Dennis Asabas, who runs DeepMind, he's the co-CEO, I guess, of is he the co-CEO or he's I don't know, he's up there. uh, for Google, that he might become the CEO of Google. That would be interesting. But anyway, they announced today progress on video to audio. And you're like, wait, what? So you know how all these video tools, they generate silent movies? Well, DeepMind's tool takes those silent movies and interprets them with a prompt and does all the sound effects for that clip. It's like, fuck. So I figured we go through all that stuff because there's a lot to unpack there. Um, there's a lot to unpack there. So we can do that. So anyway, if anyone has any questions or any other thoughts, I asked Meta AI sunglasses to evaluate my golf stance. They told me to straighten up, instant improvement. No shit. That's really cool, Brandon. How are you liking the Meta AI sunglasses? And you can, if you want, you can hop up on stage and chat about it. Got a Meta Quest 2 headset for Papa's Day. Still a little janky, but fun. Interesting. I have so many questions about so many things tonight. I know. Well, so feel free, pop the questions in, and I'll do my best to answer them. But I just want to show some of the new stuff. Brandon, what's happening?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. So how long ago did you get those things?
I've had them for about 2 weeks now. They're just the sunglasses though, so I have to wear them outside.
Okay. And
But,
what's the
and
what's the, what's the verdict 2 weeks in? Are they
I,
are they have they made the shelf yet, or are you actually using them?
I am actually using them. I'm using them more for the camera. It is really nice, especially when I'm playing out with my kids in the backyard, to be able to
Oh,
just either say take a picture or tap the shutter, and the kids love it. They're like, "Dad, take a picture of us with your glasses." Um, Really high quality picture and video. Actually, I'm really impressed with the quality
oh,
of the
that's
camera.
cool.
It does not hold up from a large language model standpoint quite yet, but I
Is,
assume they'll be
is it
making
using Llama
improvements.
3 as the
It is,
core
it
model?
is, but it's like I asked it when I was out on the golf course. I was really giving it. It's trying to put it through its paces for Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, by the way. Um, that I'd ask it like, "Is this poison ivy?" And it's like, "I can't talk to you about medical stuff." I'm like, but that's not medical. Okay. And a couple of times I'm like, well, what am I looking at? It's like, please reconnect your Meta 3 to the, or Meta AI to the internet. I'm like,
Oh
I'm
God.
standing out in the middle of a golf course. I have 5 bars. But other than that, when it works, it is really nice. Like, my kids are like, hey, what is that plant? And I ask what the plant is. Like, that's basil. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
And so
So,
what? How does it work? So you just talk and you go, "Hey Meta" or whatever the fuck you say, and then
yep,
it's got speakers by your ears. How does it
yep.
actually work?
Yeah, it's like bone conducting headphones or whatever.
Oh,
So it's
cool.
over the ear, so I
Yeah.
can hear it, and people standing next to me really can't hear it. I wish it actually had like an output, like I could turn it on speaker mode, because a lot of times I'm demoing it, and people ask me to ask it a question, and I have to wait for it to answer, and then read
There
back
you
what it
go.
said because they can't hear it.
That's
But
interesting.
it is really nice. I'm looking forward to using it this summer when we're out and about. And it is really nice. Like, hey, what's the forecast? Just the random questions that come to your mind where
Yeah.
you would normally whip out your phone, unlock your phone, go to Google, type it in. You can just ask, and it's just there.
Yep.
So I like them.
All right, cool.
I mean, they were worth the $250 or whatever they're
Cool.
charging for them now.
Nice.
Um, I
Cosmic
would,
Lover Seven
I
just said,
wouldn't
"I
wear them
love
as a
the best
regular
stuff."
glasses yet, though. They are not. They're a little bit too nerdy there's because they're really thick frames. The sunglass shades mask it really well, but if you're wearing them like normal, I look like that emoji, the nerd emoji. It's just really thick
Oh, that's fun.
frames.
Yeah, they're really thick. Yeah, 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 yeah. All this stuff's gonna get smaller. But anyway, all right, cool, awesome. Well, thanks for the review. And by the way, so this book right here, Mr. Brandon Tidd made this. So one night we were doing, I forget what it was. We were just doing something in Dali, and we did like do an alphabet, and then you got inspired by that. So this is my first journey in the world of tomorrow, and it's an alphabet book for all sorts of different geeky terms. So and with little pictures that were made in DALL-E. So
Yep, that was your custom GPT that authored that book, and I just copied and pasted it into a format for Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing.
and then direct
My
publishing.
kids
Isn't
love
that
it.
fucking cool? That's awesome, man. So cool. All right, I don't even remember what was the name of that GPT. Do you remember?
I don't remember.
I don't either. But I should also talk about Sin City Sipper. All right, Brandon. Good talking to you.
Yeah, take care.
Cheers. All right. Great book. Yeah, no, it's really cool. Um, All right, there's that. Um, I updated Sin City Sipper. So let's flip over. Let's go look at some shit. We'll analyze the curvature of the putting green and offer advice. I'll tell you what, Tom, with the LiDAR stuff, with the LiDAR cameras, like those glasses, they're going to get really sophisticated where they'll probably have whole arrays of, sensors that are beaming shit out. So yeah, they're probably going to be able to generate 3D. Actually, you could probably play a round of golf, and then not only will it analyze your swing, but you can watch the replay of your ball, going out of bounds, with all the curvatures. It'll do Gaussian splatting and recreate the golf course for you in 3D. This shit's about to get off the fucking hook. I'm telling you. Just so, like tonight should be fun because there's a lot of stuff to look at. But the first thing we're going to look at is me talking about Storyvine.
So what is Storyvine and how does it work? The video that you're watching now.
I was talking about Storyvine all damn day. All right. Let's get rid of that. Okay, let's see. Let me go. Let me go to Chat GPT. Oh, I'm already on Sin City Sipper. So, if you're on Chat GPT and you've got access to either Plus or free, go to Explore GPTs and search for Sin City Sipper. And this is the very first contour mapping of the golf course. Yeah, that'll be coming. That's it. That'll be coming if it's not already here. I would imagine that contour shit you can do with the LiDAR cameras. There's probably a specific app out for that right now on the iPhones. This was the very first custom GPT I made. If you don't know what a custom GPT is, it's basically just Chat GPT that does something special. And what this one does is it will invent drinks for you. So the reason I'm showing it is I just updated it because OpenAI shifted from GPT-4 to GPT-4 Omni for the engine for all these GPTs, and they didn't work the same. Like this stopped rendering HTML that I had in the code, and it wasn't always making images. It was kind of fucked up. So I went in and I fixed some stuff, and then I made it. I kind of updated it. So we'll say. Invent a festive bourbon-based drink for the upcoming 4th of July holiday. And so this is called the Star Spangled Sipper. Let's see what it is. 2 ounces of bourbon, good. An ounce of lemon juice. Okay. An ounce of simple syrup, half an ounce of blue curacao, 2 dashes of bitters, fresh blueberries, interesting. Lemon twist for garnish, ice. And then what it does, oops, I gotta turn off my voice to text because shit happens, is then it makes an image of the drink and it now creates a custom coaster that gives you the name of the drink and it says by Sin City Sipper. How fucking cool is that? And that drink actually looks really good. Although we got a star in it. We got to get that thing out of there. Curacao. Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? Are the custom GPTs in Poe open to all users? Yes, they are. Isn't the coaster cool? Source Camp? And it says by Sin City Sipper. So Source Camp, when you're demoing this to restaurant people, like this is easily modifiable for a bar. So imagine, like, this was SourceCamp had this idea. She was showing ChatGPT or showing Sin City Sipper to a restaurateur and said you could create like an iPad where people, while they're waiting for their tables, could design their own drink based on the booze you have the most of. So here's a cool thing you could do with, if you don't know, ChatGPT 4 has vision. So, for example, you could take this was SourceCamp told me she did this. This blew my mind. You can take a picture of the bottles on the bar and have it determine which ones are at what percentage of emptiness. So you know which one you know, to reorder. You could similarly say, take a picture of the bar and then say, give me drinks that are only based on what I have in the bar, right? So it's always using the booze you've got available. And then, yeah, you could make it so that the image it generates has the name of your company on it, something like that. Crazy, right? Just have the star change to a thin slice of star fruit. Yeah, there you go. That's perfect. All right. I have it making drinks with booze we need to get rid of at the restaurant. There you go, Silver Fox. That's it. And that's that use case. Someone shared with me. I forget who it was. They did a Super Bowl party this year, and they took a picture of their bar, and they said, "Come up with 50 Super Bowl drinks, and present the menu so that we give it to people, and then create the recipes for the bartender." So they had 50 custom cocktails made by Sin City Sipper, and it used only the booze they had available. I think that's really slick. All right, isn't that the purpose of a special, to get rid of the overstock? Well, it's still good. There you go. Yep, exactly. Is that an Anna star? No, that's just, well, it should be, but it's just confetti. It's the same as the shit on the ground. But isn't that cool? And so now it correctly says this GPT was created by Kyle Shannon, co-founder of the AI Salon, creator and host of the AI Learning Lab on TikTok. So it's a little ad for the community and this and that. So anyway, go use Sin City Sipper. All right. Enough about me. Let's talk about me. Yeah, yeah. All right. What's that? Oh yeah, that's that. Okay. Okay. So let's do some history here. Oh, that's cool. Lord Digital Gods, what did you make? Oh, that's pretty slick. Except, it would be much better if I actually went in and put titles in all these things. When was the last time I actually did a title? December. November 30th is the last YouTube video I actually have a description of. We'll get that going. Brandon and I were working on that for a bit. I think I dropped the ball on that. All right, let's talk about you. Yeah, exactly. Enough about me. What do you think about me? Okay, so for many moons, Runway ML and Pika were the big text to video things, and then Sora came out, and Sora was announced. Does this say when it was announced? Read the technical report. February 15th. So many, many months ago, OpenAI comes out with this is the famous woman, famous Japanese woman walking down, Tokyo streets in the rain. 59-second video. And we still haven't fucking, like, this thing still hasn't launched. So February, March, April, May, June 15th. So almost exactly 4 months, and we still don't have anything. Then Google announced VO, our most capable generative video model. And no word on when it's coming out. And then last week? Was it only last week? I think it was last week. Last week, this Sora killer called Luma Labs showed up on the scene. And so, like, here's a video. This is a video I made. I went and got just a picture off the internet. This was of The Shining, like a Lego kind of thing. And so this is an image to video with Luma Labs. It's called Dream Maker, and it's lumalabs.ai. And so, like, holy shit, like, out of nowhere, this Luma Labs showed up, and, you know, this might not be Sora level good, but it's pretty fucking good. And, you know, if you look at some of the videos, like, this is a video I did of Alvin Ailey dancers that just morph into monstrous fucking aberrations of nature. So it's still got all the sort of morphing and weird ass hallucination stuff. But, like, this was a picture I did a mock-up of the musical that I'm working on that little picture, and then it just made all this New York City. It panned down to the street, and then this whole part of the scene is completely invented. So that's really impressive. And then I read this. No. This. No. Where the fuck is it? Did I put it here? Hang on. Luma. Oh no. By the way, this tool, I think I learned this from Riley. Riley, what's his name? Luma. Yeah. This one. Okay. So this dude, research scientist working on video generation at Luma Labs, previously video poet at Google AI. So Benjamin DeCraker says, I realize Luma Dream Machine is better than anything Google has shipped. And Dan said, now you know why I left Google to join Luma. I was in the team that developed VO early on, but knew it would never be shipped to the masses for quite a long time. Same as Sora. Not until a company like Luma forces their hand. He quit Google, went to Luma. They fucking launched Luma in 3 months. 3 months. 3 months. So, we have a model that's doing this kind of shit that was launched in 3 months. So we're now starting to see, like, little whippersnapper of companies, you know, sort of outclass and outpace these big research companies. Now, is this stuff going to be as safe? Is it going to be as coherent? Is it going to be? I probably not. Like, this is probably not super responsible, but I think that's independent of the fact that this stuff is accelerating and starting to happen faster. Yeah, so that's the next thing coming. Okay. But what I wanted to show on the Luma stuff, I lost all my, hang on, let me go back to this thing. Okay. Okay. So Luma came out a week ago after 3 months of nothing. They just show up on the scene. They've already added the ability to extend the video. So it'll make like a 7-second video, then you can extend it to 15. And then you can extend it to 22, and then you can extend it to 28, right? So you can just keep extending it. So that's cool. And then where is it? Yeah, this thing. Oops. So coming soon to Dream Machine. Here's a sneak peek of something powerful editability and intuitive controls. So let me make this video full screen, and then we'll stop and start. Okay, so they're doing multiple aspect ratios. I think they all do that. Okay, so let's see. Share more related ideas. So it says dreaming some ideas about a young apprentice discovering magic. So rather than creating one video, it's creating 3. So that's cool. Explore concepts. Look at all these new things. There's a little swipey finger thing. There's a starry thing. There's a other thing. There's a paintbrush thing, and there's a whatever the fuck he's clicking on here thing. Wait. So he clicks the button. I guess this was the magic button. He clicks the button, and they're doing segmentation. Young apprentice is here. Bluish tint is here. Afternoon is here. Forest is here. Magical book is here. And then they're changing that stuff. Look at this. He's over changing the background. And the apprentice is staying the same. Precise edits. So that's Luma. So that's the thing that's like a week old that the guy fucking said, fuck it, I'm leaving Google. I'm going to go make some shit that can actually launch. 3 months later, they launched this thing. Now, was it in development before he got there? I don't know. Possibly, probably. Which platform is this? This is Luma Labs' Dream Machine. Then today, Runway, I can't keep up anymore. Lunatic, this is fucking bonkers. Because that's just Luma Labs. That's just Dream Machine. Now Runway, which we know and love, today they announced Gen 3 Alpha, and it's supposed to be launching in a few days. So none of this Sora, we'll show you the coolest thing ever, and then maybe Ashton Kutcher gets to play with it. Because he's fucking Ashton Kutcher. What have I been punked? How about the AI Learning Lab? I've got nearly 35,000 followers. Like, what's Ashton Kutcher got? Like 60,000? Assholes. So anyway, they're never fucking launching that thing. So this thing is supposed to come out in a few days. So we've got Luma sort of goes from nothing to something in 3 months and is already iterating features, rolling out features. You know, they just added Extend 3 days after they launched, and now they've got this editing coming that's got this layered ass editing. And then you've got Gen 3 Alpha. And again, this should be here in a few days. Okay, so let's go look at some of these videos, because every one of the Sora videos that I saw, when I watched it slowly, I was like, eh. it's like 80%, right? Like there was always some weird physics fuck up in it. It was good, and the coherence was really impressive, but it was like 80%. These examples that I've seen from Gen 3 Alpha, I don't see anything wrong with these. I just don't. Oh, the other thing, 6 million. What's 6 million? I don't know what 6 million is in reference to. Luma's 2 years old, by the way. Okay, that makes sense. I'm like, they couldn't have made it in 3 months. From the time that guy got there, it was 3 months till they launched something. Great. Ashton's followers. Oh, 6 million? Oh, so what? So Ashton's got a few followers. Kutcher, 6 million. Listen, Ashton. You think just because you're like famous and have been in movies and like were married to Demi Moore and like have 6 million followers, like somehow you're more deserving of access to Sora than me? Fine. Fine. Be that way. All right. So there's that image. There's that video. There's this. This is a little weird and wonky in the some of like physics around the knees, but like the coherence of the stores going by are pretty crazy. It's pretty good. His face isn't morphing and moving weird. His hands aren't like turning into fucking octopi. Are we looking at Runway? Yeah, this is Runway Gen 3. Mary. Demi Moore. Oh yeah. We're on Runway now. 6 million followers, less than the AI Learning Lab. Exactly. The 35,000 that are here, it's quality, not quantity. I could have 6 million followers, easy. That's I reserve the right to wear a mankini. We will have dozens of followers leave on that first day. Please do not denigrate yourself comparing yourself to Mr. Kutcher. I actually think Mr. Kutcher he's very smart and he's got a really good sense of humor. He's one of those guys that you really want to hate, but he's actually kind of a nice guy and really fucking smart. So I actually appreciate Mr. Kutcher. So anyway, that's that video. This one is stunning. The prompt here is FPV flying through a colorful coral-lined streets of an underwater suburban neighborhood. And it like starts out, there's like a Toyota Prius in the corner, and like the coral's growing up around the houses, like bushes and trees. It's like a little established. And look at the little road. And look at the bubbles. Like again, I don't see any major physics fuck ups here. Like this seems pretty fucking good. The turtle's weird. That fish is weird. So there's little things, but like I wouldn't notice that. This one's a little odd, the shape of the balloon, but there's a balloon floating down a street in some European alley. Is this text to video, or do we need to start with an image? I think it does both, but I'm not sure. Let me see. Oh, by the way, Gen 3 Alpha is the first of an upcoming series of models trained by Runway on a new infrastructure built for large-scale multimodal training. Multimodal training. It's not going to be just video. It is a major improvement in fidelity, consistency, and motion over Gen 2 and a step towards building general world models. This was the thing Sora was talking about. Sora was talking about, we're not making video, we understand and are simulating the physical world. Runway is building general world models, moving toward multimodal training. So this thing's going to do sound. This thing's probably going to do 3D worlds. I wouldn't be at all surprised if it does language. And if it does language, it probably does programming. And if it does programming, it probably does game mechanics and simulations. Like, just if you think about what they're thinking about, Where everyone's headed is systems that understand the world, understand and can simulate the world. The output is video, but what it actually understands, this goes back to what Ion China was talking about, that, wait, you throw different data at these things, they get good at crazy ass different shit. Okay, so let's go look at some more examples. Um, Again, as it's zooming in, there was a little weirdness there, but that was pretty good. This thing is very, very coherent. Like the people in the background are staying pretty consistent. No one just materializes. That balloon floating, pretty good. That dandelion doesn't really look like a dandelion, but it's not bad. There's a Tokyo train running through a Tokyo neighborhood. Fine-grained temporal control. And again, so if you're new to, if you're just joining, this is Runway ML's Gen 3 preview, which is apparently coming out in a few days. The whole we're living in a simulation argument is starting to make more sense. Brandon, you know what's funny? A year ago, like people have been talking about we're living in a simulation for the past fucking decade. They're like, the evidence points to, and like physicists, like just some smart people are like, it's possible we're living in a simulation. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, we would know it's a game. And now I'm looking at this going, would we? Would we? I was just tinkering with that too. I know, fucking bonkers. It's fucking bonkers. We still haven't learned our lesson of taking press releases as the truth, have we? Well, but what I said, Pate, was apparently this is coming out in a few days. So if by the end of the week, today's Monday, a few days says to me that we will have this by Friday. If we don't have this by Friday, I will put it in the shit pile of Sora, where we can make fun of it 4 months from now for still not existing. But anyway, fine-grained temporal control. It's been highly trained with highly descriptive temporal dense captions, enabling imaginative transitions and precise keyframing of elements in a scene. Don't quite know what that means, but it sounds like they can do some pretty sophisticated isolation of elements. This is really similar to the Tokyo train video that Sora did. That's really interesting with the little flashlight on the walls. Dude on a mountain. Mountain isn't morphing. Yellow sky is weird, but cool. Water's looking decent. It's a little weird in here, but decent. Again, like I'm looking at this stuff pretty hard to try to see, is there anything here that's like an obvious giveaway? If you didn't know you were looking, if you weren't looking for weirdness, there's nothing here that jumps out to me. These tunnel tracking shots are always, they kind of invite you to find the weirdness in them, the FPV drone things. Actually, this one's actually quite impressive. Because normally with the video models, like the pen would start out looking like a pen, and the fingers would start out looking like fingers, and then the pen would go zip, and it would turn into a finger, or it would like be intersecting the finger, and then the other fingers would be doing this. Look at the hand here. Like that's a hand drawing a line. Little weirdness in the lines right there, but crazy. From the shelter of my mind through the window of my eyes. Ryman Simon. Some bugs. This is another Sora shot knockoff. Clearly, these guys are fucking with the Sora team. Like that's a pretty impressive shot. Start zoomed in on bugs, pan out to the suburban neighborhood. None of the houses are moving. The bugs didn't turn into 3 bugs or 5 bugs or 10 bugs. This is a tsunami in the streets, which water and waves are always weird. There's what's interesting about this, that moment right there, water just materializes is weird, and right there the water had weird structure to it. But like this stuff and that you could absolutely use. You could there's usable pieces of this that you could use even though some of it's weird. This is an impressive shot. I think this is where we started. All right. So that's that. Photorealistic humans excels at generating expressive human characters with a wide range of actions. Wide range of actions, gestures, emotions, unlocking new storytelling opportunities. No weird body proportions. Well, maybe a little weird leg there, but generally pretty impressive. What does this mean? Temporarily dense captions. Um, I definitely know what that means, but I'm going to turn it over to Pate to answer that because um, what was it? Densely accurate captions means they have they're they're not sparse. Pate, why don't I could easily explain it, but I think you do better with concepts like dense captions. I don't fucking know. Lots of data tags and annotations throughout the videos for training. Oh, for training on. Oh, okay, cool. Interesting. Oh, that's actually what it means. So he did answer it. Great. Um, mm, mm, mm. Yeah, these humans are looking pretty human. The camera movements are weird, but not bad. I've been getting amazing clips with Hapier and Pixelverse. Temporarily through time captions words. Oh, I see. Oh, dense captioning over time. Got it. Okay. So when they're tagging the videos for training, they're tagging a bunch of shit. Oh no, I guess probably when they're tagging the videos after it was rendered as well. That's probably how they're doing that interface where they're popping up all the different words and they can change out the backgrounds and the foregrounds and things like that. That's fascinating. So dense temporal what was it? Descriptions is similar to the. It's similar conceptually. It sounds like to what Sora was using with their little grid of cubes. I forget what they were called. Points? No, I don't know. Whatever. Interesting. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Looks realistic. And again, to Pate's point, these are the marketing clips that they chose, so these are good. But it's not bad. Like the hands on the piano, they're a little weird. His right hand's a little weird. That one. But they're not bad. Like that's impressive. Because normally, a spaceman in a suit like that, his face would be all over the place. This one blew me away. Watch this. The hair's good. It's consistent. Prompt: a middle-aged, sad, bald man becomes happy as a wig of curly hair and sunglasses falls suddenly onto his head or on his head. That was pretty fucking impressive. It does dark and moody cinematic really nicely, apparently. Okay, yeah, that's where we started. For Artists by Artists was a collaborative effort from a cross-disciplinary team of research scientists, engineers, and artists. It was designed to interpret a wide range of styles and cinematic terminology. So, giant strange creature. Joker, gonna give reality a 1-star review. Today's janky is certainly nothing like yesterday's janky. I know. Like, we're really having to like search for the jank. That's what I said. Embrace the jank, and enjoy the jank while we got it. All right, this is another one that's a sora. A man made from rocks walking through the forest, full body shot. So there's weird, like the rocks are like on fabric because they move when he walks, but like there's no additional rocks. Rocks aren't merging together. He's basically staying coherent. That's pretty amazing. Slow cinematic push in on an ostrich standing in a 1980s kitchen. Damn. That was not an ostrich beak, but we'll forgive them for that. A giant humanoid made of fluffy blue cotton candy, stomping on the ground, roaring to the clear blue sky, zooming through a dark forest with neon light flora lighting up. I'm so sick of this neon aesthetic. Like, everything is this neon aesthetic. That's cool. A cyclone of broken glass in an urban alleyway, dynamic movement. I mean, that looks like a fucking shot from a movie, right? Where someone's got a dream sequence or they discovered their magical powers and they put together the ball of glass and send it down to the cops and cut them up. The Matrix salon. Okay, that fire is really impressive. Fluid dynamics are normally really not good. This is super impressive. Highly detailed close-up of a bacteria. Ultra-wide shot of a stone hand reaching out of a pile of rocks at the base of a mountain. Yeah, that's pretty much that, isn't it? Like, I see nothing in that. Nothing other than just it's a weird. If someone took the time to make a hand that big, it would probably have better proportions. It looks like a very thick man's hands. He was very short with stubby fingers, but other than that, nothing. This is trippy. Aerial view of a cloaked figure elevating in the sky between skyscrapers. Oil painting of a natural forest environment with colorful maple trees and cinematic parallax animation. So it's doing the parallax animation. That's where shit in the background moves slower than the shit in the foreground. So it gives it depth. There you go. That was that. Lady in a car. Can you see her reflection? You can't really see her reflection. But she stays really coherent. So does everything in the background. Doors opening up on this ship or whatever the fuck it is. Industry customization. As part of the Gen 3 models, we've been collaborating and partnering with leading entertainment and media organizations to create custom versions of Gen 3. We talked about this. Mark my words, we're going to be able to license official models. So imagine an official Toy Story model or an official Disney model where it understands the animation style and you'll be able to generate licensed content from your favorite companies. Customization of Gen 3 models allows for more stylistically controlled and consistent characters and targets specific artistic and narrative requirements among other features, like, say, licensing. For companies interested in fine tuning, get ready to write a fucking check. Running toward the rocket launch. I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to do that. Ma'am, please, ma'am, please step back from the, ma'am, don't run toward the rocket. A dragon toucan walking through the Serengeti. Ooh, that's nice. An empty warehouse where flowers start blooming from the concrete. I'd say they bloomed. Beautiful. All right. So that's that. And then I got one other thing to show you. What's this? Yeah, that. What's this? That's just nothing. And that's Sora. Okay. So the last thing to show you is also fucking bonkers. So you know how all these here videos are silent? Well, this is DeepMind. So this is Google DeepMind. And this is just a, how did they put it? They're giving us an update, but they want us to know what's coming. And again, they haven't launched VO, so I don't know when this is coming. But what this thing does is generates audio from the video clip. So you give it the video clip and then just give it a prompt. So prompt, cinematic thriller horror film, music, tension, ambiance, footsteps on the concrete. Crazy. So this is cute baby dinosaur chirps, jungle ambience, egg cracking. Have you ever tried to fucking do sound design? Do you know how impossible it is to find something even remotely close to what you want ever? Just talk that shit into existence. Crazy. Cars skidding. Oh, this one I was really impressed with. This one's so cool. One minute power tap, folks. Thank you. Slow, mellow harmonica plays as the sun goes down on the prairie. There's how the shit works. This was bad. This is the only one I saw that was really kind of eh. And the only thing bad about it is that if you were playing that high in the neck and You're like you would, I don't know. It just wasn't good music. I want to be a Foley artist when I grow up. I was shook when I heard breaking celery is breaking bones. Oh, that's awesome. It's funny. I wanted to be a stuntman when I was a kid. A stuntman or a microsurgeon. Went for acting.
This turkey looks amazing. I am so hungry.
All right. So anyway, isn't that fucking bonkers, people? It's fucking bonkers. Like, I don't know quite how to process all that. So we should have Runway. So you've got Luma Labs right now. If you don't pay for it, it's slow as fuck, like hours. And you're limited to 10 videos a day. If you do pay for it, it's $23 minimum. I think you get 100 or 150 or something like that. There's no daily limit, and it's faster. You get priority. But none of these media things are going to be cheap because it just takes a lot more processing. But you can go use that for free. And then Runway ML, we should have that this week. And then at some point, Sora is going to fucking launch. Like, it's not going to not launch. Apparently, Gen 3 from Runway is 90 seconds for a 15-second clip, which is not bad. A minute and a half to generate video of that quality. That's not bad. And then I look at things like, okay, so you've got this VO model, you've got the Sora model, you've got Runway saying they're not just making videos, they're making world models. And that Gen 3 is the first in a series of multimodal models that are going to create this world thing system that they have. You take the little hints of video to audio that Google put there, higher quality video things. I'm guessing about a year away from being able to just say, make me a 5-minute movie of XYZ, and it'll just go do it with actors and dialogue and music and sound effects and good shit, and it'll just be done. Probably a year before there's a tool that can do that. They'll be jankier than shit. Within 3 years, it'll probably be full-length feature films or documentaries with whatever reality you put in there. But probably within 3 months, you're going to be able to cobble together all these different tools. We're going to start to see some really remarkable work where there's either no actors or there's an actor that provided voiceovers, or maybe not even that, maybe just provided their model and their likeness. If you're a storyteller, if you're a filmmaker, you shouldn't be pissed off. Well, you can be pissed off. This stuff's coming whether you want it or not. It's funny, I ran into one of the guys from the AI Salon here in Denver. I ran into him today. And he keeps moving AI competency. He's been in the video production business for like 25 years. He keeps moving AI competency further and further up on his webpage. And my advice to him today was get aggressive, because a storyteller who's been telling stories with video, high-end video, for 25 years that gets AI literate first, they're going to be better at this shit than people who are like, oh, I made a movie. It's with all these tools. If you've got competence in a given discipline and you get AI literate first, you're going to be able to fucking just kick serious ass for the next 2 or 3 years. Then everything will normalize. And work will become optional, I'm assuming. I can't wait for importing a video source and having it modify it. I think we're pretty close to that. There might even be 1 or 2 of them out there that do that. There might be something in the stable diffusion line, stability AI tech that does that. I'm a novelist, and the only issue with this AI Jen's content is that it will not allow for a risky scene. Yeah, that's so fucking annoying, Relentless Aaron. There's a couple of things you can do. You could try, if you haven't played with custom instructions. Here, let me show you. Oops, what did I just do? I just got rid of my camera. Hang on. So in ChatGPT, you can go to customize ChatGPT, and in your custom instructions, you could say you're an author that does racy, edgy content, and then you could say how would you like ChatGPT to respond? You could give it custom instructions that tell it to be nasty, or whatever, like specifically how you want it to act. It likely will not do it, but it's worth a shot. Then the other thing to do is, if you really want something that is edgy and fucked up, is learn how, or have someone technical have them install an unrestricted version of Llama 3. And while the writing won't be as good, it's an unrestricted model. One of the guys in the AI salon put an unrestricted version of Llama 3 as a character in their Slack channel, and he said it's absolutely fucking bonkers. He said sometimes it'll just swear all day. Sometimes it'll just go into speaking Spanish and speak Spanish for like 3 days. No matter what they prompt it to do, it will not stop speaking Spanish. He said it's a fucking trip. So feel free to if you really want to get edgy, you can do that with some of the open source models. But yeah, it's a real pain in the ass. I kind of feel like, at this point, all of these major companies have over-indexed for safety, and it's just fucking annoying. Like, I should be able to describe an image as blood spattering. If I'm making, say, a horror film, I'm going to talk about things that might be upsetting in the context of a conference call with a Fortune 500 company. But I'm not on a conference call with a Fortune 500 company. I'm making a slasher flick. Let me make some crappy friggin' bloody, So anyway, that's the kind of stuff that's just annoying, because what they basically are doing is they're doing safety to the lowest common denominator rather than doing it opt-in and context specific, right? Most of the time, I want ChatGPT to be nice. I want to, though, be able to say, hey, I need an asshole critic to kick the shit out of me so that I can, practice, giving a speech to a bunch of tough investors. And I want it to be an absolute asshole. So, I get the worst of it, before I get in the room with the real people. Just say ketchup splatter. I know, but we shouldn't have to say ketchup splatter. That's my point. If I'm a director of a horror film, I should be able to say whatever the fuck I want. But we'll get there. Just not there now. Sucks. ChatGPT after dark. Can you instruct ChatGPT to allow political images? I certainly not this year, T-Rock. I mean, if you want to do political images, I would just go try all of them, and then you can. I'm guessing almost definitely do it with some version of a trained stable diffusion instance. I'm sure someone has created a stable diffusion LoRa, a little model for political shit. Guardrails are what brought me here. Yep. It's too public and too many messed up people out there. Yeah, I know. Listen, I get why the safety's there, but I'm just saying, just to ask it for Tarantino mode. Like, I kind of feel like you should be able to opt into the crazy shit. Because the fact that there's a model as powerful as Llama 3 out there, unrestricted, thanks to Meta, is bonkers to me. But it's out there. So let's figure out a way to let responsible people, maybe you have to register to do crazy ass shit, that you're not going to do bad things in the world. I don't fucking know. But it's solvable. I can go into Photoshop and make any fucking image I want. Photoshop doesn't go, well, that's a little risky, isn't it there? That's a lady with two heads. We're talking about a genetic malfunctions there, malformations. Let's go ahead and not create a photo of that, shall we? Right? That would, artists couldn't do art if it was doing that. So they've got to figure this shit out. I know they have bigger fish to fry, like copyright and staying in business and competing, but god damn it. Claude refuses to write a lot of my video prompts that have people with emotions. Yeah, exactly. Like, I understand that we don't want to talk about self-harm, but the fact that I have to, on fucking TikTok, say that instead of the actual word is ridiculous. We can't say the word because it might upset someone? Like, if you're saying the word to do harm in a bad context, yeah, we should not allow that. They got AIs that can figure out the context. But they're just saying this word bad, that word bad. You can't say the name of a drug bad. Because if you say the name of a drug, someone could get strung out on it before this live ends. So let's cancel it. I don't know. One of my favorite people from my agency.com days, Aaron Sugarman, when I said, God, I was frustrated with someone. It's common sense. And Aaron just said to me, he was very calm, he was very zen always. He said, common sense isn't common. It's like, fuck! It should be. It's crazy. All right. Midjourney and GPT have locked down political images. Yeah, no one's gonna. None of the major companies. Okay, here's the thing. On China, any company that has raised $10 billion or more is not gonna touch politics with a fucking 1,000-foot pole this year. No fucking way. Did you hear the press secretary for Biden today said that the videos that are out there of Biden where they're all dancing and he's all frozen, they said that was a deep fake? Like, what's going to happen is there's going to be deep fakes of people doing bad shit. Then there's going to be real videos of people doing bad shit that are like, it's just a deep fake. We're there. We're there. I called this. I told you this year was going to get weird. And I still feel by the end of the year, there's going to be enough weirdness and there's going to be enough I don't even know if misinformation's right. Like, just unverifiable information that there's going to be a demand in 2025 for some sort of tokenization, some sort of way to prove that I, as Kyle Shannon, actually am live, and that the videos on my channel were actually from me, and that they actually haven't been modified. Like, that's all solvable with with tokenization. But there's no real need for it right now because this stuff isn't widespread enough. But I think as we get closer to November, this shit's gonna get bonkers. I don't even want to think about it. I know. Generated information, government intervention. Dun 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 da da. They install puzzle pieces outside the White House. Cryptocurrency one coin does something like that. Yeah, and Sam Altman's WorldCoin and World ID does that. I still keep threatening to create a World ID section in the AI Salon Discord. By the way, if you don't know what the AI Salon is, go check out that, the salon.ai. That's going to take you to a link tree. The first link there says the AI Salon community. Click on that. Go to the AI Salon. Now, tomorrow, let me give you a little rant about community.
You can make money with ChatGPT!
Everybody wants to know how to make money with ChatGPT. And there's lots of ways you can make money with it. But we're about to enter a 3-year phase of weirdness where there's going to be a major transition. You ever watched video of an iceberg flip and like the blue ice comes up? We're about to, like, the iceberg right now, the work iceberg is about to flip. And right now, the highest valued positions in our global economy, frankly, are specialty positions, specialists, people that took 4 years or 8 years or 12 years to get their degree. And they learned one discipline very, very deeply. Those deep disciplines over the next 3 years are going to be increasingly done by AI. The tactical execution of those specialties is going to increasingly be done by AI. And so there's going to be a transition from hiring people because of what they can do, their skills, their highly valued skills in their profession of choice, to who they are and how much we trust them. So right now, if I want someone to do kick-ass motion graphics, and the only person I know that does kick-ass motion graphics is Charles, and Charles is a big fucking douche, but he's really good at motion graphics. Well, I gotta fucking work with Charles because, yeah, he's a dick and he overcharges and he's always late and he's not reliable and I fucking hate him, but he's the only one I know that can do that. Well, what happens to Charles when all of a sudden anyone with any kind of aesthetic eye can do motion graphics as good or better than Charles? Well, then I don't fucking hire Charles because he's a douche. I hire Kenny Friedman, who I know is AI literate, I know has a good work ethic, and is really fucking talented. Because I like Kenny. So the reason that you need to get your ass into a community like the AI Salon, there's a couple. First one is, if you want to get AI literate, as evidenced tonight with just what I talked about with what's happening in video over the past week, you can't possibly learn this shit. You cannot, you literally, if you did this 24/7 and you had an IQ of 165, I think Einstein was 160. So you had an IQ of 165, you did this 24/7, you couldn't keep up with this shit. So being in a community allows you to be around people who, this person geeks out on this little piece of it, and this person geeks out on this piece. And if you're trying to, that's we'll figure out what's going on with this piece. You ask someone, and they're like, "Oh, I figured that out last week." They say liberal arts majors may become high demand. At least I'm wishing. Unbraced Sun. They're not just saying that. The COO of BlackRock. Now, if you're a liberal arts major, you might not know what BlackRock is, but they fucking own everything. The COO of BlackRock 3 weeks ago said that he's now starting to hire liberal arts analysts. Not math, not science, not statistics, liberal arts. Because horizontal thinking is going to be improved. So anyway, you join a group like this so you can learn. You join a group like this so you can start to build shit. So as you learn these tools, you start to build projects. You can build them with other people. You get to know other people. They get to know you. And then the final piece of the puzzle is you now have a place where you can lead and start teaching people what you're learning. So as you've learned and as you build, you're learning things. And if you learn out loud and do it in a generous way and say, hey, here's what I'm working on. Here's what I'm learning. Here's where I'm stuck. Here's where I have a great success. Here's where I failed miserably. Other people are going to be taking that in and learning from that. That's what this community is all about. Now, tomorrow night is the third Tuesday of the month. So we have a meeting on the first and third Tuesday of the month. Tomorrow night is that meeting. The first Tuesday of the month is what we call AI Salon Presents, and that's where we bring in a speaker, which, by the way, big announcement here. The first Tuesday in August, we have someone from LTX Studios coming to speak at the salon. So a bunch of people in here got LTX Studio licenses. So someone from LTX is coming to speaking. But the third Tuesday of the month is called the AI Salon Meet and Greet. If you're new to this stuff, or even if you're not, but if you're new to this stuff, get your ass to the meeting tomorrow, because we talk a little bit about the salon, what we're about, and then we give everyone like a minute to talk about who they are, what they're up to with AI, and then something that they need from the community and something that they can offer the community. And I don't give a shit if you've never done AI in your life. You've got something to offer to this community. All right? So go there. And then I want to show you one other thing. I was talking about that little journey of like learning and then building and then leading and teaching. So we just came up with a brand new tagline for the salon. And the tagline is play first. Play first. Play first? What do you mean? Don't I have to learn AI first and like play? No. Because you can't learn generative AI right now. It's moving too fast. So the first thing to do is play. Just play. Just play. Just go fucking make videos. Go fucking make songs. Go make poems. Go make recipes. Doesn't fucking matter. Play. Go build a GPT. And then you should read our vision statement. It's really good. But this journey is what the salon's all about. Play first, mindfully create, generously lead. But Kyle, what does that mean? Am I doing this right now? Play first, mindfully create, generously lead. I'm now the ChatGPT trainer of my colleagues in our new... Oh, I just said something unbelievable. I just got some sort of violation. I don't fucking know what it was. What did I say? I'm so done with AI word monitoring. Oh, good Lord. Okay. in our AI pilot. Oh wait, I'm now the ChatGPT trainer of my colleagues in our AI pilot. So Kavruno, this is one of the things. Kavruno very early on. So she very early on played. She very early on built, and then one of the things we talk about a lot in here. She did this consistently. Is she just kept talking about AI. And she was doing it like a year ago. And what were people saying to her when she talked about it then? Yeah, Chris, could you just not talk about that? Like, I don't want to talk about the AI. Like, whatever with your artificial intelligence, you weirdo. Yeah, whatever. It's banned here. So, yeah, I'm not going to go ahead and learn that. And she just kept talking about it and kept talking about it. And then guess what happened? When someone higher up said, hey, anybody know anything about this here AI? That same annoying person was like, well, Chris knows a little bit about it. She never stops talking about it. And then that higher up was like, yeah, hey Chris, could you come what's AI? And she told them, and like, holy shit, we should put together a little group. All right. So she's on the group. Now she's teaching ChatGPT to that group, the pilot group. There you go. Did she do that because she has a degree in mathematics from Stanford? Well, she might, but I don't know. But I don't think so. You don't have to be a technological genius to be good at AI. You just have to be curious. And so this idea of this journey to AI literacy, play first, joyfully exploring generative AI, gaining the knowledge and inspiration to mindfully create, surprising ourselves and powerfully meeting challenges, unleashing us to generously lead others, enriching lives, redefining what's possible, and unlocking a new era of human achievement. That's what the AI Salon's about. So get your ass in there, read this stuff, read what we're about, and then the first thing you should do, go to introduce yourself. It's the first link in the community section. Introduce yourself. Go here and introduce yourself. Use your real picture, use your real name, and get your ass in this community. But Kyle, I don't know anything about AI. Everyone will make fun of me. No, it's not a fucking high school clique. I'm working my ass off to try to make sure that the culture of this place is welcoming and empathetic and generous and fucking smart and talented. And it really is. If you go down beneath this little journey that I talked about, here's our values. So the values are kind of a reflection of who's already in the community. Curiosity. We're eager to ask the obvious questions, learn new things, and experiment, experiment, experiment. Our relentless quest for adventure and exploration ignites our inner spark, transforming curiosity into unexpected discoveries and newfound passions. That's this group. This group on a regular basis is like, holy shit, you're not going to believe what I figured out. Oh, cool, tell me. Amazing. Playfulness. We value creativity, joy, and the freedom to experiment. We first play and transform learning into a captivating journey. We collaborate and mindfully create together when we can to learn more, make friends, and develop new circles of trust. This new circles of trust, this is the future of work, in my opinion. Remember, all work and no play is how we did things before the AI Salon. Look, we're clever. Empathy. We're respectful, inclusive, and kind. We value diverse perspectives, recognizing that our differences make us stronger. We accept that people might be afraid and angry, and we work to understand them. We actively practice gratitude and acknowledge the efforts and successes of those around us. Humans matter. Imagine being in a group where that just existed. Oh, yeah, good point, Brandon. This doesn't cost anything. Bravery. It takes guts right now to step into, I don't know what I'm fucking doing, but I'm going to do it anyway. Source Camp. Trying to figure out what she wanted to do next. She's like, fuck it, I'm going to start an agency. I'm going to start an AI agency. She started a year ago. Nobody was talking about AI. Well, they were talking about it. Nobody was doing anything about it. Takes guts. We have the courage to step into the unknown, taking bold actions in the face of fear and challenging ourselves to push the boundaries of what we thought possible. Let's face it, with everything changing as fast as it is, we're all making this up as we go along. Might as well be brave about it. Suck it up, Buttercup. And then the last one, generosity. We are willing to share our resources, feedback, and wisdom with others and support each other's growth and development. There is so much happening and so much to learn we can't possibly keep up with it all. Understand that even if something is obvious to you, it might be a profound revelation to someone else. Learn out loud, share what you know, generously lead. That's who this group is. So you should be a part of this. And if you're a part of this, just remind yourself, if you haven't been playful, if you haven't been curious, if you haven't been generously leading or learning out loud, get back to that. This is a practice. This isn't a state we achieve and we're done. This is an ongoing, rolling, play first, mindfully create, generously lead. Just keep looping through this. Kavruno, it's a lovely crew of humans. It really is. And so tomorrow night is the thing. Now, here's a little bonus. If you're still here after listening to me ramble for all this time, down at the bottom of all the, oh, by the way, all these different areas, there's a show and tell area. There's like an ask for help area. I've maintained a list of tools in here. There's guilds, creative guilds, business guilds, tech guilds, and social impact guilds. And then there's clubs. And we have a club just for us called AI Irregulars. When ChatGPT was down today, everyone was in here going, oh my God, ChatGPT's down. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Why is it down? Is it coming back? Why is it down? Is it coming back? Do you think they're giving us real-time voice? What's happening? But anyway, oh, happy Father's Day. That's beautiful. Nice, Kate. What's that? Deadlines for nominations is tomorrow for the Women in AI Awards. Oh, nice. So here's, just all sorts of things that you can, if you want to make fun little images like Father's Day reunion, that's awesome. Start using AI today. It will be easier tomorrow. Nice. If you want to make images, if you want to make songs and share them in here with this group while these lives are still going on, while they're live, it's a lot of fun. All right. So that's AI Salon. So tomorrow night, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Mountain Time is the AI Salon meet and greet. Get your ass there. Say who you are, say what you need, and say what you can offer. And it's, I don't know. I find the meet and greets, we used to do the meet and greets all the time. And then the group got kind of too big. And I kind of felt like we really lost something. So we split the meetings into two. So the first meeting of the month is we have a speaker in, and then the second one is just the meet and greet. And so there might be people who are regular salon members that are like, oh, I don't want to do the meet and greet. I don't want to, I think that's a shitty attitude. I think every opportunity you have to connect with community is going to serve you in the next 5 years. Any opportunity you have to get trusted and to establish yourself as a contributor, as a hard worker, as someone with integrity, as someone who can get shit done, as someone who's inventive, as someone who's creative. The next time someone needs to hire someone like that, it just might be you. Not because you have the skills to do whatever the thing is they need done, but because you have the skills to use AI, because they know you're curious and they trust who you are. And that's why you're going to get hired. This is a big iceberg flipping moment. And the blue ice is coming up. Isn't that beautiful when those things flip and the ice that was underneath is all that aquamarine blue, that aqua blue, when they flip? That's what we're about to enter. We're social people too. Is it in Denver in real life? It is not. It's just online. We've got local events in the off Tuesdays. They're in a handful of cities right now. They're a little disorganized from us, from the central group. But we're gonna get our shit together with those. All right. I think that's it. Any questions? Any thoughts before we head off into the evening? We are made or built to be social animals who crave community. You know what's funny, Gavin? I think that AI is counterintuitively going to not force us, inspire us to reconnect, maybe force us to reconnect, force us to ask for help, force us to get in community, and in a weird way, make us better people. Like this AI stuff, like we haven't scratched the surface of what it's about to do. Like we just haven't. And even if the calls for AGI don't happen this year and don't happen next year, but they happen in the next 3 years, AGI is artificial general intelligence. That's when the AIs are good enough to do most of our jobs as well or better than we can. Not just contribute to our jobs, do our jobs as good or better than we can. Like that's coming. Not in our lifetimes, like in the next 3 years. When that happens, everything changes. And do you want to just be sitting on the outside like, hey, does anyone know what's going on with AI? Our whole company just, well, 3 people run it now. You don't want to be that person standing out there in the desert. You want to be in a group. You want to be in a group that is doing it. All right. Eventually, we'll have AI groups in different countries, and eventually we can have annual events. Yep, absolutely. Actually, we're talking about that, Drew. We've got some offers of support for the salon that could be really good. So, and we're talking about doing exactly that. I've seen some Google AI classes by Coursera. Any feedback on general class, or should I just keep playing? Listen, I think any opportunity to learn is good. What I would say about any course right now that's written down is going to be out of date. Now, there's 2 kinds of courses. So let me clarify. There's the AI that has been around for 30 years. There's all sorts of courses on that. If you want to learn about machine learning and TensorFlow and working on TPUs and creating, you got out, Champy? Hang on. Go. If you want to learn about all the math side of this shit and the engineering side of this shit, there's plenty of courses on that. There's free ones from Stanford and from MIT and all that sort of stuff. Go take all those. Those are probably all good, solid. Even though things are moving there, it moves a bit slower on the underpinning side. The generative AI stuff, that's the stuff where if someone's got their prompt mastery course, prompt mastery is not going to be a thing that's going to be needed for a lot of these tools. It doesn't hurt to know it, so you can take the courses, and they'll probably help you short term, but things are just moving so fast. I would say don't rely entirely on any courses. Like you should be playing, and you should. Here's the thing where I think where I think everyone. This is why we ended up going with this idea of play first. I think it is really important that you play with AI tools that are out of your comfort zone. So if you're really shitty with writing, start writing with AI. If you're really shitty at images or really shitty at music, go make that stuff. Or if you don't even if you don't enjoy it, Making images is really frustrating to me, and I hate it. Okay, go start making images with Midjourney or DALL-E or Ideogram. Start understanding that the shit you thought you were bad at, you're now actually really good at. If you can sort of think of the idea and put it into the tool's going to generate something that's going to surprise the shit out of you. You should have as many of those little revelations, those Kevin McAllister moments, in as many types of tools as you can. And then in doing that, what you may discover is, oh shit, I really like this whole area over here that I never thought I would be good at. But I love it, and I'm going to focus all my attention there. You won't discover that if you're just like, I'm going to take a course on prompt engineering because I want to be a prompt engineer and I want to get a job. Again, specialization is going to be devalued. Generalization is going to be valued over the next 3 to 5 years. Right now, it looks like this. Specialists make more money. Generalists are laughed at. Get out, theater boy. We don't take theatricals here. This model is about to go whoomp, and all these Harvard MBAs are going to be like, hey there, theater boy, could you get me a job? How do you do that? Oh, I just look across all these things and I'm like a conductor at an orchestra. I never learned how to do that. Could you help me? I put my entire workplace and employee phone list in ChatGPT's memory. It's convenient. Oh, that's super cool. Love that. Nice. My recent GTAI classes were boring. Yeah. And Murphy's in the house. All right, I got to get out of here, people. Anyway, you know what to do. Like, if you want to support the channel, fucking subscribe to shit or follow it or just keep showing up here. Thanks, irregulars, for all the love and the taps and all the stuff you do every night. Thank you, mods. Really appreciate what you do. Brandon and Ion China, who came up and shared their stuff. Thanks for hopping up on stage. That was cool. Those are good, fun conversations. All right, let's see who's in here tonight. Call it a portfolio career, or generalist equals highly sought after. Yeah, that's really interesting. Portfolio career, I like that. Silver Fox, thank you very much. Kind words, appreciate that. Danielle, good night. Tobias, Steve-O, peace out to you too. Diana's in the house. Papa JJ. Lunastick in the house. Wolfman Clint, thank you as always. Lord Digital Gods, good day to you, sir. Good day. A cricket, a cricket, a cricket, a cricket, a cricket. You gotta. I've talked to the janky master. Your name is janky. You gotta fix that fucking name with some capital letters or something. I can't read it. It's the letters are too small, and there's too many possibilities of phonetical sayings. Brian Whitney, good to see you. Ann Murphy, peace out. Joey, Brandon, Mr. IT, Joker, Cavruno, Jim Ross from 3 Mile Storage. If you need to manage your storage facility, talk to 3 Mile. Jim Ross is a blast at this shit. He's really good at it. Tom's in here. Drew Learning AI calling in from down under along with Steve-O. Those two wacky kids, they're always in here. Drew's usually in here when he's mowing his lawn. He's like, I don't know what you're doing in America. I'm mowing my lawn right now. I think Drew mows lawns for a living. It's all he seems to do. I just swiped up on my TikTok. All right, everybody. I'm going to get out of here. Again, tomorrow night, 5 to 7 Mountain is the AI Salon meet and greet. Get your ass in there. Introduce yourself. Get the details for the meeting in the AI Salon. So introduce yourself in the website, but then come to the meeting tomorrow and introduce yourself. Start being part of community. It's the future of work. Like I know this now. Like this is not. I used to think like, well, here's a theory. No, like this is. You have to be in trusted circles. Have to be. 7 p.m. I don't know what time zone you're in, Mr. IT. 5 p.m. 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Mountain Time. So 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 Central, 5 Mountain, 4 Pacific. Huh? And then whatever in Europe, and then other side of the world, you're on your fucking own. I don't know. I had two calls tonight. One to Japan and one to Thailand. I'm like right before I went live. All right, I'm out of here, everybody. Peace out. AI Learning Lab late tomorrow, possibly. Yeah, probably. I'll probably start 8:30 tomorrow night. All right, but I'll put out a reminder. All right, peace, everybody. Have a good night. Hey, we got 69 people in here, huh? Know what I mean? No? All right.